up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Throw Show. And if you remember the last episode, I didn't have my partner in crime, Trevor Stutzman. He was on vacation, I believe. And then Trevor and I we run Throws University together, and we've made our first Throws U hire, and that hire is Sam Weeks. So Sam is joining us this week on the Throw Show, and I asked him to be on the Throw Show for a couple different reasons. One, I believe he knows quite a bit about throwing, but two, he's also got a pretty unique link to some of the NCAA championships, and so we're going to go over some of the NCAA champions. So we're going to go over some of the things that happen in the post-collegiate area, a couple different throws, but mainly this is going to be entirely focused on the throws for the NCAA. All right, so to start off, we saw Martinez Alekna this past week went 67-23, and this brings him to 4 meters within where his brother's at. And I wanted to ask Sam here, Sam, what do you think about his technique? What do you think about his movement?
I think overall it's super smooth, it's super controlled, it's very powerful. He does a really good job of opening out of the back, and he's level through the middle, and then he just sets it up to smash it forward.
Yeah. What do you think is similar to what his brother does or his dad?
I think out of the back into the middle, just creating that stretch, and then once he gets to that power position, you could just see he just smacks it forward.
I think one thing I noticed here is that even in this screenshot, if you can grab that right there, his left arm's a little bit different from his brother and his dad. What's crazy is to think about he's already 3 meters ahead of where his dad was at the exact same age. So it's like both of them are drastically ahead of where they were or where their dad was, and it's putting them in contention now with this, just sort of wild trajectory of their dad's arguably top 1, top 2, top 3 of all time. Mm-hmm. So if you look at Mikolos, he's trending to be quite a bit better than his dad. Now with Martinez coming in, it's sort of crazy. Now, this next one that we're going to watch is going to be a huge one. And Salentuna, this was a 70-93 from Daniel Stahl. I believe this is the first time he's thrown over 70 since his coach retired last year. And I bet this, to me, this probably means quite a bit. Nice dance from Daniel. And then he follows this up, the complete next comp, with another 70-meter throw at 70-38. So two times over 70 meters in 3 days. Another great dance there. Always, right, yeah, that's awesome. And I think that, so Sam was actually at this meet. He didn't throw that well, but he was there. I think that it has to mean a lot, especially with how far Che is throwing, how far Alekna has thrown. There's a lot of pressure. He's lost his coach, and he's in this situation where a lot of people have doubts on how he's going to perform all year. And I will say that this throw looked really, really easy. You notice anything outside of that sweet dance? He does look huge again. Anything different with his technique, or you think he's still trending the same pattern as before?
I think movement-wise, it's very similar, but just like the confidence, just going back-to-back 70 meters, yeah. I think that's going to be huge for him, setting it up for later in the season. But I don't know. He just looks like he's having fun, He looks big. He looks smooth. And he's smashing it.
I'll watch this one more time. His arms are so freaking long. Left leg's fast to the front. Might be a little shortcut to the right, but yeah, that's just great. Yeah, that's great. Huge throw. Now, we're going to get into some of the NCAA stuff, okay? And I think that, I don't know if it's just because I was following it a bit more closely than normal, but the results were extraordinary. And I think that even looking at the javelin, right? You look at a woman that won from Nebraska, came out, won that on the first throw. Dude wins from LSU in the javelin. So that great competitions, and I want to say the chick coming out from Nebraska and just smashing that throw right off the bat, and it's in a deep competition. Top 3, 4, 5 girls are all legit. That's a huge accomplishment, and that's similar to pretty much what Ratcliffe does here from Harvard on her first throw. If I remember correctly, I think she hit this on her first throw. Or no, was it her second throw? No, I think this.
No, this was her first.
Yeah, this is her first throw. Yeah,
this is her first throw.
I remember watching a video where she talks about by round 5, she wanted to hit something bigger, but it's so hot she was struggling with that. So You are from the Northeast, and you've been around the Harvard throwers. Tell us a bit about the connection, and even with their assistant coach, what's going on there, and how he stepped up, how the impact that he's clearly had on these throwers.
Yeah, correct. So I'm from Massachusetts. I coached at Merrimack at the time, and my buddy Brendan Amo, he was the assistant volunteer over at Harvard. Originally, he was a URI hammer thrower, so he's very connected in the hammer scene over there. He had one athlete, Cami, who was there, and she and Coach Darcy Wilson got Brandon to be the volunteer coach.
Okay.
And Brandon's very, very studious. He's very into the game. He has great knowledge of all the throws, and just setting them up with Brandon, he set the tone early, and he just got these guys prepared at for all competitions. And as you can see, Steph went big. She went 73, huge to win it on her first toss, and then Kenny, he went
Ripping.
huge as well.
Yeah, huge. So is Darcy still coaching?
Yes.
Okay.
So Darcy is still their full-time throws coach, but Brandon is there to assist Darcy as Harvard grows.
Right. That's great. And they're clearly growing quite a bit. I mean, every event they were on fire, and her coming out winning the hammer. Now, this was the day after, I believe. I'm pretty sure she won this the day after. And I think that when we're looking at the men's hammer was a little bit tighter. Yeah. And there was a couple more bigger dudes in it where anyone could sort of pop off at any time. Even looking at the screen here, Tyler Merkley, like he was sitting in 7th or 8th place, and at any point someone like him could pop off and snipe some people. But the actual performances and just how everyone was rolling, and then how it's set up for your guy from Harvard to just come out and go big. I think I was in Cuba at the time trying to stream it as well as I could. And when he hits that big throw and just goes absolutely berserk, it's like, dude, that's the stuff that's freaking sweet. That's so sweet. Absolutely. I love that shit. I love it. And even also just going out and saying, like, Jordan Geis ripped a huge bomb, like 75 mid. And so it's like, here he is now. It's like there's so many guys crushing huge bombs. Mm-hmm. All right, so here we go. He's sitting at 74-12 here. And there we go.
Sally, the Sally. He knew.
Yeah. Oh, all right. We got a little bit of a cutout there. A little bit. There we go. I think this was also like an under 23 British record as well. If I remember seeing this online, it's like he broke 2 or 3 national records as well. Yeah. It comes out, what is it, 77? Yeah. I think that I'm pretty sure it was like 77 mid, something like that. So I think it's great seeing like these performances and seeing the performances when everything is on the line. Like that's the biggest thing of somebody who's a champ, is that, they're in the heat with Zaltos and with Geist, and they're just going after each other. And he also put it on them, and then they did have time to respond, because I think that was the 6th round when he hit that bomb. So like they did have time to respond, but he laid it so hard. And that's one thing that's interesting about like big celebrations. Okay, I'm gonna talk.
Can I say one thing?
Yeah.
The Amo effect is real.
Yeah, and I think that's another big factor too, is that a lot of people have to bring that up, where it's like, dude, he's coaching, he's helping, he's probably creating a really positive culture about being studious, but also clearly peaking at the right time and having that level of intensity for all of them. Like you can see when they all hit monster throws. I'm thinking about the glider girl. I've seen her even scream and hit some very, very energetic bombs. So I'm interested to see what happens with him. Does he want to take another job, or does he get offered a job? Does he apply for jobs? There's a job opening by all accounts that I understand, Indiana, Louisville. So is that something is he going to want to apply for that? Is he going to stay in Harvard?
That's a good question.
Is he originally from Massachusetts?
He's from Rhode Island.
Oh, that's right. You talked about.
Yeah, he's from Rhode Island.
Yeah, so if he's from Rhode Island, he probably went to, where did he go? North Kingstown or Bishop Hendricken?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I feel like there's like
high
three.
school. I'm not sure, but I know he's a URI guy. Loves hammer, loves weight.
Right, so that's going to be interesting to see what happens following his career.
Mm.
What does he do? Like, what does he do right now?
He's a strength coach.
Oh, he is. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
Damn, that's legit.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to get into now the women's shot, and we wanted to show Rosa here because she's come down to garage strength here quite a bit, and they actually, UNLV just hired Carmelita Jeter as their head coach just this past week after nationals, but she went out, she had a great indoors, went out and goes, I want to say she just went a little bit over 18, but I think she got third or fourth if I remember correctly. Yeah, so just crazy competitive, and she was in 12th place when she hit this big one. So again, oh yeah, up over, what's that, 1840? Dude, it's crazy. Okay, and so here we got Axelina Johansson. We're looking at it. I don't know, maybe Rosa wasn't in 12th. Was she in? Oh, she was in 8. Yeah, that was 1837. That was her last throw.
Yeah, she jumped big.
Yeah. So Johansson comes in 62. I hate the fact that they're putting these English marks up there. So I have no idea what 62. I think 62.7 is like 1940. Something like that. I have no idea what
that's a good question.
I have no idea what these marks are in metric. All right, let's watch that throw again. So Axelina comes out. And again, I want to just bring up the level of the comp is insanity. It's absolutely insane. 50, so look at 58.6, I want to say is right. So 59 feet is 18 meters even. So 18 meters was 7th place. It's like, dude, that's insane. That's insane. And to win that comp that deep, and you've got Van Klinken, you've got Rosa in there, it's crazy. Also, Mallory Kaufman from my alma mater, Penn State, went huge. It's awesome to see her pop off, 59, 18 meters, breaking the Penn State record again. Yeah, that's a big throw.
Yeah.
Great technique. I think she's got, she's got really, really good movement. I do want to watch Rosa's throw again because I think she does a couple things where she could clean up just a hair. A fast left leg, the front man, and then just turns on it. Let's see if we can see anything here. Not the greatest angle. Huge throws, though. Yeah. Monster freaking comp. Anything you see in Axelina here?
So the first thing that I saw is I really love her sweep leg out of the back.
Yeah.
It's real long, and I feel like that just sets her up through the middle to just smash it forward.
Yeah.
She gets the weight open over that left side, and that right sweep just nice and long to the middle. She gets down quick, and that just sets her up into that power position to catch the shot deep.
Yep.
And she just smacks it forward.
All right, so another huge performance here. Jordan Geist down. He's down, right? He's in second place. Another win on the last round. Goes in, channels it deep. Turner's watching straight on. What are you going to do? Boom. What's crazy is that I felt like that throw looked huge, and then when they marked, like with the mark, it was like, 2 centimeters. But I will also say this. Turner's response, so he had an interview the next day. Turner's interview might be the greatest throws interview of all time. He's like, I don't even know how long 2 centimeters is. Also, huge celebration from Jordan, who I feel like never is showing any type of emotion. Right here, Mark comes up, wins by 2 centimeters. Let's see. Everybody's looking. Everybody's waiting.
The pop off.
Yeah, there we go. That's pretty exciting. But the other thing was there's still more throws to come after that. I think there was. Oh wait, no, that would have been it. I think that was it. Or did Turner have one more throw?
I believe Turner had one more throw.
Okay. Yeah, crazy comp, man. What a crazy comp. And then Urinde, another one, just like in the women's jav, putting the comp on lockdown right off the bat, and in the women's hammer as well. So Ratcliffe and Van Klinken, both throwing down the gauntlet right away. That's deep, dude. I think that was a comp record too. Pretty sure, yeah, meet record. Dude, I hate these freaking 2:13:11. I don't know what that means. I literally have no clue what that means. Van Dalen went 186.9. McDonald 186.9. I feel like Colorado State is stacked right now with a bunch of good throwers as well. Harvard girl 191.1. Linfers. So, geez, Harvard had the shot girl. I think she got 12th, if I remember, something like that.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
So she, threw solid.
And then Alex Kles.
Yeah, and the men's shot. Did
he went ninth.
Okay, ninth place. Yeah.
So they sent 5 and they scored 5.
Jeez, dude, that's insane. Let's watch your India again though. Meet record. The greatest NCAA women's discus thrower of all time. She's got the collegiate record. She's got the meet record. She never lost a freaking NCAA comp in the discus. And I think that no one's really talking about that. Like, she's essentially the Kale Sanderson of the women's disc in the NCAA. And I'm interested to see, what does she do post-collegiately? Is she going to focus more on the disc, or is she going to focus more on the shot?
That's a good question.
That's a real interesting one that I have, because either one she's going to be fantastic at. And of course, we saved the best for last. Turner, Washington coming in. Crazy comp. Alekna's in third. Claudio Ramiro having a great meet coming back. Then we get into Stona, who was up in first by a little more than a meter. And then Turner walks in on his last comp. And think about this, like, his season best is only about 65 meters. So he's walking in, last throw of the comp. Boom. And I've seen the back angle of this, and when he catches that, the way he freaking turns on it. So this sort of has me like rewinding back to the days of Adam Nelson, where it was like, him walking in, going nuts, screaming, taking his shirt off. I love this.
This is so great.
This is absolutely amazing.
This is what the sport needs. Just that excitement.
Absolutely. I think I saw something where it's like, oh, let's flag Turner for ripping his shirt off, but then also use Turner let's use Turner inside of the NCAA promotion for the energy. It's like, of course, classic. I think Ryan's like, yo, you got to put your shirt back on.
Yeah.
They will take a team point for in wrestling. They take a team point for that. Dude, that's such a baller freaking move. What's crazy, too, again, thinking about, dude, this guy, old head's got to get out of here. Come on, move away. No one cares. He just did something great. Let him live in that moment.
Honestly.
Dude, that is so annoying. Okay, so what's so cool here is that, one, dude, you are irrelevant. Move on, because Turner Washington just did one of the craziest things. The other thing that we've got to realize is that this is a huge, huge upset. And I know Turner has thrown 66 in the past. I know he's really, really good. And no knocks to Alekna, because he's the greatest. He's the greatest NCAA men's discus thrower of all time. He's got the NCAA record. But he's a world silver medalist. He's a European champ. And Turner beat him and Roja Stona, who are absolute ballers, both of them.
Yeah.
So for Turner to do that, that's a huge. That's like Alabama. What was it, like 2016, 2017? They hadn't lost in like 15, 16 games. When they lost, they get beat. And it's like, that's pretty much what it's like. It's pretty similar. And to think about the magnitude there. So for Turner to go out.
You know what I think is also special about this? It was on his last attempt.
Yeah.
He beat those guys on his last attempt, especially after being sniped in shot.
In shot, yep.
To bounce back like that, That's humongous. I can only imagine just like what he was feeling.
And and I think that's a huge point there. The other thing that I did want to mention, Robbie O'Tall got 10th. He threw 60 meters, dude.
Yeah.
He got 10th place throwing 60 freaking meters. And it's like, I think he threw 60.07. 10th place is 60 meters. And if you look at the women's shot, what we talked about, the depth of the women's and the shot, and then the men's hammer. And it's like, it's just unreal how deep this comp was. So one, to be that deep, but then two, to win it on your last throw is absolutely phenomenal, I think. And it's just a pressure throw. And this, to me, like the display of emotion is literally what people get drawn to in the sport of throwing. Like the sport of throwing is a drag, dude. You've got to go out, you throw by yourself. There we go again. I love this. This is, and I thought I remember somebody saying Turner was going to go be in the WWE. To me, this is like a sign, like he might have the ability to do that. He's a showman, dude.
Absolutely.
And his post comp interviews were the most enjoyable interviews that you could ever ask for. I heard some people are running their mouth talking trash. I want people to comment down below, like what was going on, what was being said.
That's Turner time right there. That's Turner time, baby.
So I think it's one of those things. It's like you go out and you throw all the time by yourself. You're lifting, no one's watching. It's just constant work all the time. And then you do something like that, and that's throwing's version of hitting a walk-off homer in the World Series. Catching a tutty in the Super Bowl. Like that's the throwing version of it, and he got to live it. He got to experience it, and it's like there's going to be kids that grow up watching that video, that watch Turner Washington, and they're going to watch that before they go throw in training.
Oh, absolutely.
It's probably, dude, I have goosebumps. My hair is standing up on my arm thinking about the emotion that he felt. So it's one of those things that as a throwers community, I think it's really important that we embrace that emotion, and that we value that, and we foster that even more. Like, don't hide that stuff. Let it out. Let it loose, because there's hours and hours of hard work that everybody's got to deal with. And so, to see that on display, one, congrats to Ryan Whiting. Two, congrats to Turner Washington. He's got to be as proud as he possibly could be. And also fantastic post-comp interviews as well. I love them. So anything else that you have to say, Sam? This is your fird time on the Throw Show. How'd it go?
Went smooth. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be a part of GS.
Yeah.
And 60 coming soon.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, so comment down below with what you guys feel, or what are you gonna watch Turner Washington's throw before you go out to throw. Until next time, peace.
Peace.
Yeah.